Hi, I'm Christy Conway with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and I'm here at the August Custom Home and Remodel Show with Brian Mills of Mills Brothers. Brian, how are you doing?
Good. How are you today?
I'm excellent. So tell me, Brian, what exactly are you offering here at the show?
We are a full design mechanical firm. We offer from heat load calculations on initial design all the way to install, from foam to heating and air, tankless hot water, encapsulated spaces, be it crawl space or attics.
Okay, so encapsulation, for people that don't know what that means, what can you explain?
Yes, here in the next couple of years, U.S. Department of Energy is going to state that in the energy codes that all of our ductwork is in conditioned space. So your attic, where the thermal barrier now is on the ceiling, we're encapsulating the attic to the roof line, making that a conditioned space, or we use a vapor barrier for crawl spaces and encapsulate that space so that we stay out of dew point and we stay away from the high temperature and sweatings and things like that.
And that definitely happens here in the low country, unfortunately. Personally, I have that problem. Can you say exactly what is involved in that? Would you say that most people with crawl spaces need that kind of product?
Yes. Basically, if you take a cold drink out of the refrigerator, if it will sweat, basically the ductwork's doing the exact same thing. We're running 140 in the attics. We're running 100 degrees outside, saturated with humidity. 50-degree air is pushing through the ductwork, typically somewhere 45 to 60 as an average. So when you get that, physics says that dew point's going to be reached, it's going to sweat, especially under a house where you have lack of light, lack of oxygen, and plenty of moisture. That's the petri dish for mold. So when we have a house with ductwork underneath and it's leaking underneath, in the evening as that moisture sits with no oxygen, no light, and plenty of that moisture, we're going to start breeding mold. And I think U.S. Department of Energy said about 95% of homes need to be retrofitted to take care of that situation.
All right, well, that's kind of one branch of your company. The other branch is mainly, maintenance on heating and air conditioning systems?
We do sell, service, and install. So we sell brand new systems, we install them, we maintenance them, come and do either monthly, depending on your situation if you're not in Charleston, or we do annual service inspections, one before winter, one before summer. Spring and fall, we come out and check the systems.
Well, I hate to do this, but personally I know that I gave you a call a few months ago and you guys came by, and I was very impressed with your service. Can you tell me, I moved into an older home. I don't know anything about a heating and air conditioning system. We had a maintenance checkup, and I think we were low on Freon or something. Yep. Mm-hmm. Is that common that people just don't know and they don't get a checkup?
You shouldn't be low on Freon. Typically, if you are, there's some sort of a leak, but there's small things that can cause a leak from where we screw our gauges onto the refrigerant ports. There's a cap there, and inside's like a Schrader valve, like a bicycle tire. You know how your bicycle tire will eventually leak down. Those gaskets will dry up and go bad. So having that annual service, we check those simple things like that can prevent a refrigerant leak, a small one. Sometimes it's a bigger refrigerant leak, and it's due to leaves in the bottom of the condenser causing some rust issues, or it's people don't change their filters a lot, running very high, what we call head pressures, or real high pressure in the coil because the coil can't breathe, causing leaks. But there's fan motors, there's so many pieces there. Twice a year having the system checked for cooling and then for heating is it's at least worth doing twice a year.
And how long has your company been in business?
We've been in Charleston for 7 years, mainly taking care of the homeowner, some custom builders, and light commercial and residential stuff.
Wonderful. And have you had a good time here at the show?
Blast.
Well, you have a double booth, so I'd imagine you get double the people coming by.
Oh, yes, for candy.
Of course. All right. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me. Oh, and before we go, do you have a website?
I do. millsbroshvac.com.
And if someone were to not have internet, could they call you?
Yes, 764-1919.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Brian.